stop lifting weights until you watch this. This is why. Have you heard of the 80-20 rule? That 80% of your muscle and strength comes from just 20% of the exercises, which means for every 5 exercises you do, 4 of them are completely worthless. But it's not just a waste of time. You can end up in surgery if you do the wrong exercises. Let me explain. Every day, your body has a recovery budget, a limited amount of energy it can use to repair and build muscle. But if you waste that energy on the wrong exercises, your body goes into a state of panic to survive. So, to get more energy, it starts to consume the most accessible tissues it can find, your valuable ligaments and your irreplaceable tendons. It's an act of biological cannibalism that can send you to surgery, that can cost up to $100,000, or worse, your ability to train ever again. That's the price you pay for ignoring the exercises you should be doing when you lift weights. Now, if you've been lifting for a while, you've probably heard that deadlifts are the king of all exercises. But here's the truth, no one tells you. Deadlifts are also the king of destroying your spine if you do them wrong. One small mistake, rounded shoulders, hips too high, pulling from the spine instead of the legs, and suddenly you've turned the king of exercises into a one-way ticket to the hospital. That's exactly why our first exercise is not the traditional barbell deadlift. It's not worth it. The risk outweighs the reward, especially when there's a smarter option, one that gives you all the gains without any risk. It's the evolved version of deadlift, the trap bar deadlift. And keep watching, because after this one, the next exercise can save your lower back from getting shattered. So, about trap bar deadlift, the beauty of this bar is that it practically fixes those dangerous mistakes you make when doing a regular deadlift. Because you stand inside the trap bar and the handles are at your sides, it's much harder to round your back. Also, it forces you to use your legs instead of your spine. And remember this rule, a lift you can do safely is a lift you can do often, and that consistency is what builds real muscle. Now, quick question, which exercise is the reason why 99% of people get lower back injuries when they do it? It's not deadlifts, it's barbell back squats. And here you don't have a trap bar to save you. But listen to this. Most people simply aren't built to do them safely. Long legs, tight hips, weak core, but they will still throw a heavy barbell on their spine. And that's not training, it's gambling with your future. That's why the second exercise you must do is the goblet squat. You only need one dumbbell for this. The goblet squat is like a cheat code for perfect squats. When you hold the weight in front of your chest, your body automatically does everything right. It fixes your form without you even thinking about it. And that's the point. It's almost impossible to mess up. A 2020 EMG study showed that goblet squats activate just as much quad muscle as barbell back squats. The only downside of goblet squats? You're limited by how heavy a dumbbell you can hold. But let's be real, if you're not a power lifter, that's not your problem. And if you really want to go for maximum results, try to slow down each rep and pause at the bottom for a few seconds. It will make your legs explode. Now let's talk about the exercise that destroys more shoulders than anything else, the overhead press. The hard truth is, most people just don't have the shoulder mobility to press a heavy bar directly overhead without something getting pinched. As your arms go up, the bones in your shoulder can literally grind against your rotator cuff, which is really disgusting. That's why our third exercise is the landmine press. It gives you the power of an overhead press without the risk. Because the angle is natural, you press forward and up, not straight overhead, so your joints stay in a safe, strong position. You can do it standing, kneeling, or split stance. Doesn't matter, and because it's done one arm at a time, your core has to work double to stabilize you, which means you're getting a good six-pack workout for free. Now, let's be honest, if you're not on steroids, you can't afford to train like someone who is. Steroids let your body heal super fast. You can lift weights constantly without any rest and still grow like nothing happened. But when you're natural, you don't have that luxury. Your recovery is limited and your muscles and joints need time to recover. That means you have to be smart. You can't just copy workouts from bodybuilders or fitness influencers because their workouts are not for real everyday people like you. They're built for people who recover unnaturally fast, aka using steroids. So if you train the same way as them, you'll eventually get injured. That's why your exercise selection matters more than anything else. Now, let me just say one more thing. Steroids aren't just cheating, they're dangerous. And this is why. When you take steroids, your body shuts down its own testosterone production. Your brain says, okay, we're getting it from somewhere else. Shut off the natural supply. And that's where the problems start. Once your natural testosterone shuts down, you can lose your energy, your motivation, and even your sex drive. You feel tired all the time. Some guys get depressed, others get angry for no reason.
Hey, go ahead. Fuck up. listen to what I'm saying.
Why are you getting mad?
Your body starts depending on the drug, and when you stop taking it, everything crashes. Some people never even fully recover. They need testosterone shots just to feel normal again, and that's not the only risk. Steroids also raise your blood pressure. They put a lot of stress on your heart and liver. Your blood gets thicker, which can lead to clots, heart attacks, and even strokes. This isn't rare. There are guys in their 20s, young, fit, and strong, who've dropped dead in the gym because of this. That's why, if you're natural, you have to train differently. You can't afford to waste energy on bad exercises because you don't have multiple lives. Have you ever done an exercise and thought, what am I even feeling here? Well, there's one exercise you're probably skipping because you try it once, feel nothing, and never come back. And that's the big mistake, because this exercise isn't about getting the pump or lifting heavy. It's about fixing things you don't even know are broken. This exercise stretches your chest and lats at the same time, which makes your upper body look bigger. It gives your ribcage space to expand so you can breathe better when you lift. Most people have tight shoulders, tight pecs, and have no idea how much that limits their ability to lift weights. This exercise fixes all of that. Also, it will improve your posture a lot. And just so you know, bad posture can make you shorter up to 2 inches than you should be. And you won't feel sore or exhausted afterwards because that's not the point. The point is making every other exercise you do more safer and effective. All you need is one dumbbell. Here's how to do it right. Lie down on a flat bench or anything that is similar. Keep your head and upper back on the bench, but let your hips stay low. Grab one dumbbell with both hands and hold it straight above your chest. Now here's the important part. Slowly move the dumbbell back over your head in a smooth arc. Keep a small bend in your elbows and stay in control the entire time. Lower it until you feel a deep stretch in your chest and under your arms. Then slowly bring it back to the top. That's 1 rep, and it's called the dumbbell pullover. Listen now, don't rush it or use heavy weights. Just go slow, feel the stretch, and stay in control. You should feel your chest opening up and stretch through your sides and back. That's how you know that you're doing a good job. So I want to ask you something now. What's one of the most common things you do in real life? It's not squatting or pressing things over your head. It's picking things up and carrying them. The entire point of building a strong body is to make your life outside the gym easier and safer, right? And yet, this is the one thing people never ever train for in the gym. You pick up 2 heavy dumbbells in each arm and you just walk. It's known as farmer's carries or walk. It trains your grip, which is linked to total body strength, testosterone, and aging. Then your core, without a single crunch or plank, and your posture by keeping you tall under stress. Now, what's truly amazing about this exercise? It comes with almost 0 injury risk. Even the way you walk gets better, which means you're less likely to trip, roll an ankle, or tweak something just by walking around. When you do farmer's walk, go for time, not distance. 30 seconds per set is all it takes. You'll be shocked how fast your strength, posture, and even your confidence improve. And unlike most exercises, you don't need to do it often. Just 2 to 3 sets a couple of times a week is all it takes.